sports.
Give me one moment, folks. Let me do one thing real quick and we'll get started with some F121. I was actually able to get off on time from work since I'm working from home this week. So here we go. I'm a little too a little too tired to be trying to run 500 laps around Martinsville, but I'll try to do that tomorrow. So today it'll be a couple of races with F121, but again, please give me one moment. I'm going to mute the mic again. Well, I'm just going to hit mute on the soundboard and it's going to mute everything. So I'll be back. All right, let's get this all set up. Apparently on OBS, Twitch is having trouble connecting. So I honestly have no idea what you guys can and can't see. And it looks like I'm going to have to do this. It says it's playing. Awesome. Let me switch my audio real quick to that. Now I'm echoing in my head. Okay. Hopefully now it shows. Awesome. Italy, is this Monza? I think this is Monza. So Monza's all about speed. Must go faster, must go faster. So I actually have no idea what you guys can and can't see. I am doing the desktop display capture, just because this game and NASCAR 2003, the gameplay capture doesn't want to work. And I've got gameplay capture set to whatever opens up full screen, whatever game. So, you know, like Jurassic World Evolution 3 works, F1 Manager 24 works, but it's just this game, NASCAR, hell, maybe even the other. So, I think this is practice. Oh, okay, that was actually, I'll take it. track's not too difficult. It's just you have to hit all this really well and avoid getting too much in curves. And as soon as you can, you want to gas this bad boy up. Not too bad. Oops. Like they would realize. Hello. I'm not going to take the drugs. Yeah, I waited a little too long. Hi, teammate. What you doing, teammate? Too much. I took way too much.
No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
I wasn't worried about the tires. I was worried about the underbody of the car. Generally, you have this car set really low. That wasn't too bad, all things considered. Alright.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
That, in terms of the little chicane at the end of the straightaway, that is really fun. Aggressive driver. Everything else isn't too bad, but it's just that corner there. So tire wear, even with the previous ones I've pulled, isn't looking too bad. Left front is showing the most wear, then it's the right front. Maybe left side tires first, then the right front, then the front rear, maybe. There we go, that's much better. Much better. Left front definitely has most wear. And a little too much good sausage for there. Or turtles, whatever you want to call them. Blocked it up a little bit more. That's why it's really tough. You're going from 8th gear down to 2nd gear. So again, it's curve hard. Instead of 40. Yeah, got a little too aggressive there. Mistimed that. Are a quick set of corners.
That's the fastest lap of the session so far.
There we go. Alright. So start braking at the 100 meter mark. Just to play it safe. There we go.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Yeah, I tried a little too hard there. So the left front's working the hardest, which is fine. Left front, then left rear, right front, then right rear. I don't know how much I want to fix. Okay, let me reset Twitch here. Through the screen. Oh. Well. Okay, it's not even showing this. Yeah, there we go. Now it's showing. There we go. Now it's showing. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hello. If I remember correctly, this race is 53 laps long, right? Yeah, 53 laps. Qualifying is going to be that. Good. Golly, that's Molly. Okay. So, the car's not terrible. It's... I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to drop the front wing arrow or raise it? Or, actually, sorry, raise the front wing arrow or drop the rear wing arrow? You know what? I think I'll up the front wing by a notch, just a notch, just to give us a little bit more grip, just a little bit. And let's counter that. Let's drop the rear right just a notch. Tires. I don't know. I want to, because the tire wear isn't too bad. Left front is wearing a lot more. Yes. But see, the thing is, increased tire pressure also contributes to higher temperatures. which theoretically means more wear. You know, higher temps, track surface is hot, that heats everything up, you get more wear. So, what if I were to drop left sides by just a notch? Let's see how that goes. Oh, next is Russia? Or is that a specialty track? I don't remember. Alright. So we're gonna stick with this. No, we're gonna stick with this tire. It's got a little bit more wear. And let's see how it goes. Fascinating. I was not actually expecting that. Taking that corner second here. Maybe I can take it initially in sixth. I'll have to try it. But right now I'm just trying to see that the air pressure doesn't kind of stabilize the car. Alright, fifth wheel worked. It felt a little snug through that right-hander, but it wasn't terrible. Okay, I have no idea how they took that 7th gear, so no, I'm going to drop it. Thank you very much. The thing I don't know, there we go, now they're right on the second floor. It's hard for me to tell if the adjustment was good, or if the car just still kind of goes, meh. I mean, it's not bad, the car is not bad, it's just because the tires are worn, we're not going as fast. And the lock of the tires, so that doesn't help anything. Alright, let's return to garage. I'm going to put on the slightly less worn set of tires. And let's see. Let's see if the air pressure doesn't. I see what you're doing. So it did drop to 5th gear, but accelerated quickly. Got the car in 6th and 7th gear and all that stuff. Excuse me. Hi. So this is more of a blank slate. As the car's tires are even worn. This will give me a better idea as to if the adjustment actually helps. Let's start this one up a little bit. I tried a little too hard there. Oops. How bad? 8%. Okay, that's too bad. So I tried a little too hard there. That was my bad. That was my bad. I don't know how it does that. Oh.
Understood, stopping this lap.
So this time, I guess do the spin to right one left here. Going out one. Yeah, I think we'll go. Fix the damage, then we'll go back out. I think the setup's fine. It's just gonna be tough. That entrance into one, the chicane. Because depending on where I qualify, I am going to want to drive it in so deep. And then it's like, oh, wait, hold up, wait, nope, stop. Oh, okay. You know what? We'll just go ahead qualifying.
And with all the cars now over the line, let...
Ooh. All right. I'll just have to be careful, especially now since it's raining. Are we on inters or wets? Huh. Well, another thing I did to the setup compared to base, okay, so we're on inters, was I've got even. So, here we go. There should not be any DRS. It's just straight up top line, essentially. What the hell did I hit? I don't think I hit anything. Other than the... Still showing second gear. Shoot. Really? That much damage done? What the hell? And go to track. Alright. Start breaking around the 150 meter mark. I don't know. Probably because it's wet as compared to dry, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, so this is not going to be fun at all. Oh man, we are... For P19, okay. This is the only downside to one-shot qualifying. Ooh, boy.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Bottas.
Well, oof. Now that means I have to show patience, which is... Oh, boy. Okay. Alright.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So race day is gonna be fine. Alright. So I'll let you guys hear the intro to Monza. I'm gonna go pee. I'm waterlogged. I'll be back.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Robert Schwartzman completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Hamilton, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, and Kimi Raikkonen, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, and Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, and the rookie, Mazepin, Vettel, Latifi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Okay, So, since we're not in the top 10, we can essentially pick any tire that we want. Now, this is saying 2-stop. Damn. Okay, it's 53 laps. I'm gonna try to save 3 laps. It'll be tough, but I think I can do it. So this is soft, medium. Let's try, what if we change this to, if we change that to hard and we delete that stint. So, now our soft tires will be killed. It'll be killed. But, okay. So that's 3.5 seconds slow. Alright. Alright, we've got something. What if we do this? $28, then that doesn't... That's... Ooh. Well, that's what, 6 seconds? No. Yeah, 6 seconds. About 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. Sorry, about 9.1 seconds difference. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But that means going a long time on mediums, and that's the only problem. What if, okay, what if we do this? Soft, medium, and soft. So that. Let's have you extend. See, that doesn't make any sense either. No, that doesn't make sense. And the reason it doesn't make sense is, let's try this. Let's try medium. Let's try soft. How's that look? That's actually not too bad. So let's do this. Let's extend you out. Let's shorten you by a lap. So 17, 17, 19. That's just a little bit slower. But essentially what we're doing is yeah, let's try this. Since it's a fresh set. Let's do 18, 18, 17. How's that? That's getting closer. See, the problem is, it's how long do you want to run on softs versus medium? Now, if I remember correctly, Mons is not super abrasive, if I'm remembering correctly. So what that means is you could run longer on a pair of softs. Do you want to? I don't know. What if we did that? So, 18, 18. So either way, you know what? Let's do this. Have you go 17. Have you go 17. And we'll choose the altered strategy. Because I'm extremely aggressive, as you guys have seen if you follow along. So having the mediums as the second, whereas the first pit stop, second stint, you know, I can abuse the tires a little bit harder and all that stuff. And then we can end on softs, the faster compound. And we're only essentially 2/10 off from the default strategy. So let's go with this one. We've got 50 laps of gas in the car. We've got our setup. Now we're just waiting for it to go.
Got that confirmed? Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well. Confirmed.
All right. So I'm going to take this start. Well, the goal is to take it as conservatively as possible. Just be smooth. I'm 18. I thought I qualified 19. Okay. And still, I'm gonna take it easy, just because one, we've got gas to save. Two, it's gonna be a log jam into that chicane. It will be a log jam. Not that tires.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
Thank you, Mark. Not that tire temps mean much. Because if I remember correctly, the way I have mine set, it's similar to what is taught for the AI, and it's like surface only. That's the only thing that changes. Just for the car. It's one of the single options. There is an option for, I think, off, and then of course surface and carcass temperature. And I just selected one, so it's still on. I think it's the surface that changes. I don't know. And I did that because I heard somewhere that for the AI, the tire temps don't really change much. So it's like, And just like in the rain, they're like, they go on God mode, so I don't choose a standard. I have no idea when the computer's going to take control. And I'm just going to coast. In real life, this would give an advantage because the leaders are sitting. Everyone in front of you has been sitting. And it's long, warm tires. So we are going to feel burnout. Alright. As much as tempting as it'll be, I am going to actually try to be smart. Okay, I don't want to get hit, so whoops. Alright, that was a little bit. That's stall. Let's go. This track will have, at least in the early stages, there will be a decent chance for some vividly to fall. We've got a decent car, I'm not too worried. We were actually third on 3 practice 3s, so. And this track's gonna have driving, so on DRS train, sorry. As long as I'm smart with everything. we'll be able to do a lot. Keep an eye on it. DRS. I'll take it. That sure is going to be one car at a time. And of course,
The underbody's taken a little damage. Watch out for it.
ow! Where? Where? Where did the underbody take damage? I know that's the wing damage. Is it gonna? That's the wing damage. Where's the underbody damage? From that? Really? Really? I don't didn't feel like I could too much of it. But then again, I guess I took a lot of. What in the Sam Hellfire is this? Alright. So that means I have to be careful with how much curve I take. Alright. I don't get why though. That's the thing, I don't get why. Did you see how much curve these guys are taking? Is it... The only thing I can think of is maybe my ride height's lower than theirs, so by me taking that much curve back, maybe? I don't know. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's be smart. Back out of that one. Like, yeah, no. Knowing my luck, I'll just barely touch them and the front wing will turn yellow. I'm like, seriously? So this track's not difficult, it's just narrow and the chicane, especially the one we're coming on. Turn one. Oh,
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
There we go. Essentially, that's what I have to wait to do. We've got a fast enough car. There's no denying that.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
I mean, we have a fast car, so there's that. I'm trying. Steelers trying.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Okay, so this
We're
time
trailing our teammate by 12.8 seconds.
looks like our left rear is actually getting more wear than the other tire. It is that big underbody damage. Jeez. Yeah, forget it.
The underbody's taken some damage. You may start to notice it.
Remember correctly, underbody damage essentially drag. And
Okay, we're running low on fuel. Start lifting off the throttle a little before the braking line and letting the drag do some of the work of slowing you down. That'll help conserve the fuel you have left.
only 240 laps down. We still have 50 to go. Don't worry, boss. Well, actually, technically, I'm the boss. But, yeah. I guess I lowered the ride height too much. That's the only thing I can think of. Freaking off the curves and it's like, nothing happened. What the hell, man? Not cool. Not cool at all. Oh well. Excuse me, Martin, coming through.
We think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too
Again?
serious.
Oh my freaking god. Another reason why I prefer NASCAR to F1. NASCAR cars are at least a little bit better.
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind.
Started at 3, remember? Not 1.9 miles short. the air pressure adjustment seems to have made a left rear with that one.
Good job, nice overtake.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they use the default max top speed setup.
Caution, the virtual safety car has just been deployed due to a build-up of debris on the track. Some information on Verstappen, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Serious car issue.
We've been informed that due to the increasing risks, they're moving from a virtual to a full safety car.
Honestly, just what the hell happened? Holy crap! Seriously? Oh. That's as far back as it goes? Oh, man. Alright, fine.
The underbody's taken a little damage. Watch out for it. No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Alright, so the underbody damage stems from essentially curb hopping. So, go as fast as you can. First. Especially trying to play catch up. But as you can see in the top right, even underneath the 8 on a wheel itself, there's time. We have to keep that in the green to keep it positive. I mean, technically you could hit now, and I mean, if you would have put on the hard, you'd be able to maybe do that. We're actually quite fortunate that we didn't get any either order rear wing damage from the contact with Schumacher.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
No, I'm keeping track. Our softs are too fresh, although it's good for the left rear. Alright, so there's the safety car. I want to try to push it, sorry. That's why I'm staying out. I want to try to push it.
Gap to teammate ahead is 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in fourth. The time last lap was a 1 minute 53.3.
Interesting. Okay, nice. About my bloody vibe.
They're in 11th. The difference is 1.6 seconds. The time last lap was a 1:28.2.
Now I don't have to worry about saving food for 6 seconds off the short. So, I'll be a little more aggressive and shift on myself.
You have P7, 7th place. Stroll is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Alonso behind. Less than a second separating. They're on fresh softs. The gap to the leader is 1.9 seconds. Your pit window will open in 7 laps time. 44 laps to go. Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Okay. I'll take that.
Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
Alright, fine. We'll take the DNF. Jeez Louise.
They made great use of the clear air. And I can see the drivers.
Alright.
Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. Now, let's discuss, Hans. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up.
Well,
Not a great day out there today. Let's talk about what happened.
I got time.
It looks like your rival is schooling you a bit.
Oh.
It must be crushing when something goes wrong that's entirely out of your control.
Yep.
Interesting result today. Would you say that you're happy with your performance?
Things typically don't.
What exactly was it you weren't happy about? Great. Well, that's everything.
I'm not blaming my departments. It was my error, my mistake. Why the hell would I? Why? Yeah, we're not gonna win the championship this go round. Hell, I don't think we're gonna win a championship now. Jeez. Oh, what a day. I wonder if I should. I'm half tempted to just go back to full traction control, but no. Alright.
We have a problem regarding our driver. How do you want to handle this? I'm
Yeah.
just stepping in and helping handle that.
Either way, it doesn't matter what we do. There we go. We didn't have a mechanical fault, my man. We wrecked. And it was my fault. But that's what did it. We wrecked. Now we're at Russia. Damn. Russia's a pretty quick.
We've got an issue we'd like your input on.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
If I said no, you probably would have said the same thing. Or with a touch of a, I understand. All right, Russia. Jeez, it's been a long time since I've done anything here. So I think this is the last F1 game that it's in. Yeah, I think so. All right. Another 52-lap race. Yeah, that's fine. Everything's still good. Alex. we go. Of course. Of course. So yeah, I'll run practice 3 just so I can get familiar with the track again. Alrighty, and let's do this. There we go, failures. There we go. This will probably fail. It succeeded. Oh, lordy. Nice. Alright, let's get a feel for good old Russia. Alright, so one thing I want to do is... Oops. So the left rear actually wore out more. Alright, so we'll just save Monka as is. We'll do Monka well. Okay, cool. Save. Now let's load. Whoosha. Let's save Russia. Alright. There we go. And let's go to track. Goodness, it's been so long.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them. With that lap, we're P1.
not used first, I don't think I can. I say the on them. But they're still there, so you still have to be careful. Just a little. It's not too bad. My front's wearing out a little bit light, but I'm driving on. I think it'll be okay. What I think I'll do is drop the air pressure on the right by a notch. Just a notch. Underbody damage. I caught too much of the curb. That was my bad.
You've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Yeah, I know. Right side's down a notch. And save. So next is Singapore, and this is the old school Singapore. Okay. Alright, tires. Let's do the brand spanking new tire. With the telescope in his mouth.
Tire condition is still looking good.
I'm good. So just good again. Alright. And spanking tires. Good start up.
You've got damage to the rear wing, recommend you box for repairs. You've taken damage to the side pods, recommend we box and repair it. Hitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Freaking idiot. Well, now... Alright, I'll just... Alright, let's try it again. We'll just skip repair time. Repair time. Right, flying lap. So now we really need to qualify well. We can find this quick penalty and that'll get us over. Back at the speed. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again, shall we? about the same. I don't know. Do I make a change? Do I leave it on home? I don't know. Essentially, my change is, if I go back to the original airbrush on the rights, I don't know.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
I think a little bit better, obviously, since we went faster. As my TV off, please. I don't know. That could be the hardest one right there. Big gear, DRS. Unfortunately, I'll have fresh tires with that. Obviously, they're versus one. Go qualifying and then I'll pass again. And we'll put the race. Yeah, all wear and tear. Alright, yeah, we're pretty qualifying.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are the rookie, Sainz, and Valtteri.
And we do have a 5-place grid too, so joy. Alright. Okay. So, our setup is lowest on gas possible. Let's go try it. There we go. Hold on. Oops. Now go back. There we go. Essentially, it doesn't really matter where we qualify. We do have a 5-place grid only. But we get the pole. 5. About 6th.
That was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
What the heck just happened? Alright, one last try and then we'll first set up the lowest possible, please.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
I will do that.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. The rookie, Hamilton.
I probably could have run a 1 minute.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
Oh man, now I've got to select someone higher up. Sure, Sergio Perez.
How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race?
Yeah, change it. Just take it.
Are you happy with your performance today?
Yeah, I mean,
Is
mine.
there anything that you think gave you the edge over your rivals? Appreciate your time.
I'll be back.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
Oh, at least there's no rain. Alright, so the plan is finish this race, and this will be the end of the stream. I don't know, maybe I'll do one more, maybe. Because the plan tomorrow is to run the Subway, I believe it's the Subway 500 at Martinsville. 500 laps, at a minimum it's going to take 3.5 hours.
Welcome one and all to today's Grand Prix here in southern Russia. A beautiful location besides the Black Sea, and a race that has historically been dominated by the Silver Arrows. Mercedes have won here 6 times since the first race in 2014. Can someone else muscle in on that record here today? It's full throttle for around 56% of the lap here at the Sochi Autodrome, a 3.6-mile run around the site of the 2014 Winter Olympics. 12 right turns and 6 left turns give us a total count of 18, with passing opportunities available into turns 1 and 13. Join with the race minutes.
Yeah. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to want to underfuel the car. I'm going to set it to 50 laps down. Now, do we want soft, medium, or... What if we change this to soft? What if we... So if we do 15, 21, 17. That, ooh, I like this one better. Soft, medium, soft. I like it better. Alright. Please, let me have some luck here. Please.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. Copy that. Understood, copy that.
Alright, all gears work. So P6, not too bad. Not too bad.
Radar is clear. Wheels looking good for now.
And we are essentially running on probably 3 lap tires. We've got line lap, out of the road, and then the initial lap, and then the in lap. So theoretically, we should maybe have like 2%, 3% wear, because it's only 3 laps, and we used to go, whatever, like 36 laps, something like that. I think that's what it's on, when I saw 36 laps. So again, we're doing that. Let's go nice and slow, trying to save gas. But the fuel makes it lean, for obvious reasons. And this corner is always going to be tough. Line. It's one of those that comes up on your last minute. So, just have to be careful with that. So, I don't know when we're just going to take control. We are getting close to the end. So, I'll put my car into stay. Perfect timing. Try to go. Because we're up in front.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for lights. It looks like a virtual safety car is being deployed due to an incident with multiple vehicles being stopped on track. We need you to drop your pace. No need to worry about time conditions for now. Everything's looking good.
So it's actually just like a safety car.
VSC ending. We're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
So we're about to get started. Which is fine. And try to run slightly taller here. If I can, of course.
DRS will be enabled this lap. Use it within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So that's another thing I want to do. I think I want to stay in DRS range. It's just a command. There will be some grabbing. Yeah, I would go. Because one, if I do that, two, that is about a corner at see line. Sometimes I don't show a lot of flash, but it's not really good.
Okay, if we continue to use fuel at this rate, then we won't have enough to reach the end of the race. You need to start lifting off the throttle earlier on the corners. Let the car slow down naturally before you start braking. That will help conserve the fuel you have left. No issues with tyre wear now. Keep taking care of the pole. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
I know what I did. Let's restart. I know what I did.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
What just happened? Okay. I got a Please, I'm Sergio Perez. You Jesus.
No time concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Okay. Alright, let's try this again.
is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. We're low on fuel. Let's conserve what we have left. Start using the car's drag to slow you down ahead of the braking line by just lifting off the throttle briefly before you start to actively brake. That'll help.
Try to push them over too long.
Tire condition is still looking good. Nice work, that put you up place. The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
This corner, even though it's essentially flat out, it's a little tough because the car, they want to be light. Nice plus that on everything. Oh boy.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Hold up, wait a minute. Saying, for later.
Okay, copy that.
I want to keep my car. I want to end on top because it's the faster compound. I mean, I could maybe stretch this out a bit later, sure. But I want my middle stint to be, well, second stint to be mediums.
The car behind is only a secondary 1 second.
Yeah, they have to scratch it. They got a choice. You want to keep the change? You want to make the change? Alright, there you go. Okay, I'm trying to keep smooth steering over there. And I like to try to head the table. Or wait for a jump.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Probably not going to run any faster than that, so essentially run this off.
The car behind is dropping back. You're seeing a gap form.
Plus, some of the cars can be a little bit because not really have as much grip as some do. So, don't worry, it's actually not too bad. And now it's time to get way more aggressive with Ron, because we're only 1.4 laps short. Sticker is a good time. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I think about a little too much.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second lap. No need to worry about tire condition for now. Everything's looking good.
As long as it keeps talking about tires, then we're good. It starts going, yeah, you got some distance, that kind of faster.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll go mediums.
Yep. Now I might stretch this out a little bit. They were saying put in and what, 18 laps, 17 laps, so I'm gonna stretch it out. So would I want 18 feet? That I don't know. Maybe I'll do split it out. I think 15, 16 feet. Before you go, 2 more pit stops. First stop's come out from the mediums. Final stop will be on sauce.
You are in first position from the back. Ricardo behind you. Peaking out to the car behind is 5.6 seconds. Down on softs. Your pit window opens next lap. 40 laps to go now. Out to teammate behind is 15.1 seconds. Okay, so information on signs. They're slowing down. Seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
all that was fixing it. Actually, I just can't stay out. I keep getting in trouble. There we go. I can't stay out of trouble. There we go. I can speak English. That's right. Anyway, we're watching. We're playing F1 and no shot. Especially for we were at Monza, which was pretty tight. But my speed is down.
Well, let's this man. Get it the best thing like you can.
14 or 18. Let me switch it down. What else? Or actually, sorry. Not this time. Or, actually, I'm going for as long as I can. There's now the 14 left in the middle. And now we're essentially half lap short on fuel. So, a little too much time to take down.
The gap behind us is 5.3 seconds.
Stay out.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Alright. I want to put this time on there. It always, whenever me and the ball like it always seems like I have to do much sooner than so, I'll try to stay up there. I'll stay up. I'm not right. That's it. So it's like, that's real late on, real life. I wonder if it's hard to see by the time it doesn't right. I have to remember things like NASCAR when you someone fun. Anyway, so
No time concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I've got one car thing.
Robert is in the pits. Robert in the pits.
I know there's only 18 feet, so there's 19. I think it's
Okay, take it this time.
there's all I will use that. That's okay. Actually, looks like I probably fall back to the quarter thing. Remember how much time was. Just like that, the 300 left to get on here. Alright, here I come. Oh boy. Alright, what else can I do? Not too bad, actually. No? Okay, so we're on the back court.
Go now.
Wow. Alright.
Okay, stay clear of the line on the exit. We'll see the penalty for dangerous riding if you cross over to the track.
Alright. That's the only downside to automatic timing. You can take out the bridge that's the last second. Okay. Now let me use the technical at that point. I could put this away on the compound and not my opponent. Because I'm on pitching one, and 2. That would be